Articulated bodies like the human skeleton are made of serial joints which restrain the possible directions in which they can move. The elephant trunk is a muscular hydrostat. Continuously flexible, it can move with a virtually infinite number of degrees of freedom. It is capable of torsion, bending, elongation, shortening, and stiffening, all without the support of any bone. Equally delicate and robust, it can manipulate fine objects as small as a single blade of grass, or carry heavy loads weighing over 250 kilograms. To investigate the biomechanical functions of this sophisticated organ, a team of scientists from the University of Geneva, led by Professor Michel Milinkovic, are combining motion capture experiments with state-of-the-art anatomical analyses.
In March 2020, we traveled to South Africa to record elephant trunks in action. 2 adult elephants participated in the study. Chishuru, a 21-year-old fast learner, and Chova, a 23-year-old bull, whose trunk is missing the tip fingers. Reflective markers were placed along the proboscis to measure its trajectories in 3D. 10 infrared cameras were set up around the scene to track the markers with very high accuracy.
The animals display a vast catalogue of prehension strategies, depending on the shape, size, and weights of the objects. Movements of the trunk are composed like a language, where the building blocks are basic patterns in curvature, torsion, and elongation, the so-called motion primitives.
Yeah, from hand to hand. Yeah, perfect. Beautiful.
Measuring these quantities allows to understand how the work of antagonistic muscle groups can generate the complex trajectories of the trunk.
Should be okay now.
We discovered that the elephant proboscis adopts simplified kinematic strategies, relying on the propagation of a curvature front for the transport of objects and occasionally forming pseudo-joints for point-to-point motion. We also found out that the tangential velocity of the trunk tip obeys a power law with its path curvature, similar to human hand drawing movements in 2D, but with a different scaling exponent.
Animal motion is mechanically constrained by internal morphology. Medical scanning technologies are used to investigate the functional anatomy of the trunk. Magnetic resonance imaging and CT scans are optimized to reveal the soft tissues, dermis, epidermis, muscles, and connective tissues. The morphology of the skin and the main muscle groups are reconstructed in 3D. Each movement of the trunk requires the coordinated action of longitudinal, radial, transversal, and oblique muscle groups. By combining the anatomical and kinematic data, strong connections are drawn between the muscular synergies of the trunk and its basic mechanical functions. These analyses allow us to project variables such as curvature or velocity on an animated 3D model of the trunk, performing various tasks.
We also developed a macro-scale version of cryosectioning. Frozen trunks of African and Asian elephants were sectioned in series of 1 centimeter thick slices for a total of 180 slices per trunk, all photographed at very high resolution. These pictures show the submillimetric structures of thousands of intertwined muscle fascicles. Histology reveals the microscopic arrangement of muscle fibers, hair follicles, nerves, and tendons. In particular, the prehensile tip is a fine sensory organ whose skin is rich in mechanoreceptors.
Trunk sections were treated with a process similar to sheet plastination, where the tissues are embedded in a hard resin and sliced even thinner with a thickness of about 1 millimeter. Then they are stained with histological dyes to highlight the arrangement of muscle and connective fibers in full cross sections. These resin-embedded slices can be kept for an unlimited time and are a precious educational tool.
In the framework of soft robotics, the elephant trunk is inspirational for the development of artificial, versatile continuum manipulators, in contrast with traditional robots made of serial discrete joints. An international team of researchers, coordinated by the Italian Institute of Technology in Pisa, is using the biomechanical model of the trunk developed by the Milinkovic Group to design an innovative soft robotic arm.
Turn left. Good boy. Good boy.